I didn't expect the Immortals to show up so quickly. Vipers are all over the place. There are casualties. We set up a camp here and then received...
I don't understand. I mean, I only left them for one night. I really don't know. Something bad. Look, their things are scattered, and the camp is empty. I only left them for the night. I was looking for a gift for Iola for her birthday. I mean, it was her birthday. Of course I looked for them. They weren't nearby, and their communicators are off. I was afraid to go too far, so I called you. I didn't want to leave the camp for too long. I mean, what if they come back? What if they're wounded? I think one of us should stay here just in case. That's what I thought, that you'd know what to do. I didn't touch a single thing. Everything is as it was. Well, what do you think happened here? I don't get it either. But they should still be alive. Only the remnants could have attacked them, right? There aren't other enemies on the archipelago, and if the sea creatures or Gorgonides attacked the camp, there would be... bodies. Since there aren't, they have to be alive. Everything is fine. Fine. I'm alright. Come on, tell me what we should do next. Will you go? Of course, it'll be better if you go. I understand. I'll remain here in case anybody comes back. Right, I'll be here.
I need some time to analyze the situation. Not enough data for a complete analysis. In other words, I do not know what happened here. One thing is certain. At the time of the incident, there were 3 people in the camp. The footprints of one of them led out of the camp. I have calculated an approximate trajectory. Unconfirmed points must be checked. I marked one of them with a special beacon. I suspect that a Garganoid patrol spotted our runner. He had to change course. Calculating new trajectory. Done. Hiding in a Varax nest? Not a good idea. Varaxes are extremely aggressive. Not the way my scanning annoys them. The tracks disappear. I'll need time to determine a possible direction and calculate a new trajectory. These kelps trampled all over the place.
I found something on the Aelonet. This guy has a blog. He writes about people going missing on Aelion. The author is convinced that there are links between the missing all over Aelion. Some of the stories sound word for word like ours. I'll keep looking.
Our runner is not here, but what we do have here are the local attractions and splendid masterworks of ancient art. Stone idols. If these heads could speak, they would save us a lot of time. Too bad they weren't created by Flavius, unlike me. Tablet detected. Downloading data. Its owner must have been trying to distract himself from the situation. Not for long. Something forced him to abandon the ruins in haste. This is not a correct location. You've made a mistake. You should be ashamed. I'm joking. It was actually my mistake, but I can't feel shame.
remember you. You're Marcus's friend. Is he here as well? I thought I'd die. I was running the whole time. Then I found this bungalow and hid there like a bird in its burrow. Thank you so much for finding me. I'd fall to my knees, but I'm afraid I won't be able to stand back up. I'm sorry. My head is swimming. We were asleep and then... I don't know what happened. There was a deafening roar. I remember a bright light as though several powerful floodlights were directed at our camp. I jumped out of the tent, but couldn't see anything. Everything was so bright. When I was finally able to make out something, I noticed that something large was closing in on me, its silhouette angular and grotesque. It was so scary in its approach. I couldn't resist it. I ran away, jumped into the water, swam along the shore. I heard Iola and Helchis' screaming, but I was so terrified. I don't know, I just felt like a bug under a microscope. When I tried to contact Iola and Helchis, their communicators were not responding. No, don't say anything. I can tell it's very bad, and would rather hear it all from Marcus.
You did it! You found Lean, and he's alive. Thank Eli. Stay with him. I'll be there soon. Thank you. I'll take over and get him home. I'm going to have to speak to the other parents as well. I skipped through the rest. The blog's author is a nut. You know how they say some people have a screw loose up there? Well, I'd say this guy's got more than one of them missing. The whole blog is a conspiracy theory about Aelion's shadow government. I don't trust this nutter. You can go to the Divine Observatory and talk to Harita. If there's anywhere we should be able to find the truth, it's there. Ask if anything similar has ever happened. Perhaps then we will know what to do next.
I have been watching your progress. Is there any way that I can help you? Your question has me at a loss. Unfortunately, people go missing daily all over Aelion. Sometimes, the flames of invasion will consume entire villages. Only the pleas for help. They are stored here in the Divine Observatory. You may speak to the clerks about them. But why the new interest all of a sudden? Poor boy. Please look after him, and don't let him get into trouble. Marcus can be a little thoughtless. Just a little focus, and he'd have become a junior god long ago. But Eli knows what's going on in that boy's head. He is still terrified of Iana. Such childishness.
Mortals are too disorganized. They don't understand the... Thank you for the explanation. That's all I need to know.
Very well. I won't distract you from important matters any longer, Marcellus.
How can I help you? I guess you're interested in some particular cases? I'll have to analyze a huge amount of data. This may take days. You're not even sure what you're looking for. How are you going to explain it to the system? People that went missing from day X to day Z is too vague. We'll get thousands of files which will need to be checked, analyzed, cross-referenced. But if you send your adepts to me, that'll make my job so much easier. Splendid. I'll be waiting. I'll let you know as soon as I get the results.
You seem weird.
Any orders for us? We'll look through the documents of the last reporting period. Are you looking for something specific? We'll do what we can. Sorry it took so long. I had no idea. The most suspicious are cases where small groups of people went missing. Before you ask, it's because the people vanished completely. No destroyed tents, no bloodstains. I'd say regularly. For example, 2 groups of tourists disappeared lately, one in the Siblean Heights and the other in Kairos Caves.
This is Marcellus. I promised to contact you as soon as I have the results. Your specialists picked out a few files that you need to take a look at.
It's a prototype. We are going to see if they're...
Let's not jump to conclusions. I found them like that. They've been lying there for 2 days now. If you don't believe me, go see for yourself. The cave creatures killed him. Scare us by the look of it. Kumos would have taken the remains with him. Oh, and see that wound? It's a perforated wound. The bug impaled him with its horn. And who are you again? What are you doing here? Hiding from someone or looking for something? What a coincidence! Me too! A few tourists went missing here a couple of days ago. These 2 were in that group, by the way. I'm a speleologist, Ruthin. My 2 good friends went with that group, so I came here looking for them. I couldn't just abandon them. Then I found these bodies and can't make myself go down there now. Can I go with you? Aren't you an immortal? I want to know what happened to them. See it myself. Thank you. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go. Together. Explored all caves in this region, saw all sorts of things. You go down there not knowing whether you'll make it back up. Task of all. And these 2 just brought tourists. incidents. Kuma attacked the guy once. He fought it off, so the guy got off lightly. Probably scarred him for life. It was a day like any other day. Scouted the cave, laid out the rope. We gathered a group and went there. They should have been back the day before yesterday. I found scales when I went there the first time, but no other signs of the sea creatures. I didn't even think I'd find them here, underground. I mean, it's a cave, not a grotto. It's the damn sea creatures. Frightened all the animals around here. It was dangerous here before, but now it's downright deadly. Maybe I can't, but some people I get off with Kumos well enough. And you know what I heard one day? They wanted to get rid of me. Apparently they got sick of me, and they thought I couldn't get it. Smiled. Everything was fine. Me? I didn't touch a thing. I wasn't even here. They conspired against me, so I took preemptive measures. Don't you understand? I was defending myself. They were going to kill me. Right, what do you even know? I overheard their conversation. They said, we need to get rid of him. How do you get rid of someone? I knew you wouldn't understand. You don't give a damn like everyone else. They were warned that the caves were dangerous. No one is immune to accidents, not even you. Sure, I can't kill you, but you're gonna be here for a while.
Confessed his crime, but escaped divine retribution. The lead also turned out to be false. Today is just not your day. someone named Aatrox kept an audio diary. According to the recordings, he was a member of a fire-worshipping sect that you dealt with in Fort Craig. Playing the recording. There's a cache not far from you. I can tell you its exact coordinates. Hope I spoil the fun of you blindly searching for it.
We managed to avoid the trap of the lifeboat of our brothers. The leaders were captured, but this is not the end. I have picked up the torch and will lead us now.
That's what happens when you play with fire. Judging by the fact that the altars of elements are active, the cultists were killed by aggressive wardens of fire. What an irony. The cultists were well prepared and knew how to deal with ancient artifacts, but that did not save them from the wrath of the awakened wardens.
sacred altars. You'll ruin everything.
No one else.
I am the one filled with eternal flame, the one who holds the torch above his head. The one who punishes heretics. Names are but an empty sound that your damned Eli turned into a cult. Mysterious, Iana, Herida, pompous gods. And you are just like them. Heads a gang of cultists. Our leaders, Lucius and Virgil, were weak, so I took their place. Ah, so that's who you're looking for. Pathetic heretics. We'll look for them in the dirt. Might find a pile of burnt bones. Who says it was us? The Wardens punished them for their treachery. They killed everyone whose faith was weak. Even the righteous brothers. I'm the only one who didn't burn in their flame. Because I was worthy. Wouldn't you like to know? Fire will consume us both!
Unbelievable! Someone has hacked my communicator. And now I'm subscribed to that guy's blog. Oh well, at least it isn't boring.
I was beating those...
Have you ever seen him?
How do I explain? I did speak with him a few times, but his face was always covered.
Where does he live?
I don't have any idea. He calls his home a shelter. I would imagine that means it's an abandoned bunker or something like that.
What a weirdo.
What's wrong with weird? We're all weird.
Good to see you. Sorry I didn't wait up. It's just that I really wanted to get things moving, you see.
Finally, there you are. Time is money, you know.
We were talking about our mysterious friend. I don't get it. What do you mean by scheming? We've been looking for the missing for a week now. Ran our legs off, and what do we have? Absolutely zilch, that's what. So I had a thought, and maybe we took the wrong approach. Remember the blog I discovered in the Alinet? About the missing people. It was a little, well, strange. I have been reading it ever since I got hacked. I think the author, crazy as he is actually writing real accounts about the ones we're looking for. We should contact him.
You should stick to the facts. Zero tends to present his info oddly. In what way, you ask? Like unexpected conclusions, but he checks all the facts carefully. Unless it's something completely crazy. So if you're smarter than a 5-year-old, you should be able to easily figure out what is really happening.
You see? He's not that crazy, this hacker of ours.
We should start a conversation. A talk with Zero. Surprised? I'm Quinta, and don't you forget that. I can arrange a meeting right this minute. However, only one of you can be there. Is that a deal?
It's settled then. Oh, there's an update. I'll go read it. His stories about the Mantides inside Aelion are so cool.
Greetings. No need to introduce yourself. I made inquiries about you. You catch on quick. Well, let's get down to business. Our mutual acquaintance said you needed help. And you've made a little headway since. No wonder you need help. Those above us have no interest in seeing the truth exposed, or... You're working for them, investigating something else. Trying to track me down, for example. You may not realize that, but when you do, it will be too late. They are very guileful. Well, man-tides, who else? They sit underground and pull the strings, and their puppets fulfill their orders. Nip any rumor in the bud. Witnesses go missing. Posts disappear from the Alinet. There's a whole organization that covers their tracks. Officially, it doesn't exist. Doesn't even have a name. I call it the Brainwash Society. I just put 2 and 2 together. They didn't go missing. They were abducted. For senior question, what for? I have a few working theories, but can't really say anything for sure. Actually, I do. Facility 902 and the Red Coast. I'm absolutely sure something is going to happen there. And happen very soon. I'm always happy to share my thoughts with someone who's willing to listen. And beware of the Brainwash Society.
Technologies for the defenders of Aelion. Go on, tell me. It's part of my friendly assistance program.
The complex was abandoned, but a group of people came here some time ago. Why? The equipment they left indicates that they had big plans for this place. They're nearly invincible. To disable the protective barrier, you need to activate 2 power circles simultaneously. Judging by the results of the scan, the newcomers began to restore the systems of the complex. Perhaps that activity was what attracted the mechanoids. These recordings belong to the smugglers that broke away from the Theron the Swift's gang, the one you had encountered in Isola Days. Playing the recording.
I can't believe these halfwits left secret data here. I hope it's worth the hassle. We can sell that real quick on the black market.
No one survived the battle, but where are the bodies? Did the mechanoids take them? Perhaps the lead was sound, but there's nothing here now.
No accidents so far. Did they send you here to protect us? Templars seem to have things under control. Business? Listen, but keep that between us, all right? I really need help, but I can't ask anyone here. Perhaps you can help me out. I have some friends. Marauders. Nothing illegal, just some... Can you look for them? I'd go myself, but the Templars won't let me go in alone. 4, they were headed towards the lake. Thank you. I'll be here.
Warning, there is someone critically wounded nearby.
The Gorgonides. We wanted to sneak past them. We didn't think there would be so many. My friends in Immortal, bodyguard, they left me here to die. I thought I was a goner. He was a slayer. He wore their uniform. I don't know. We had the route on a tablet, but I lost it.
I have informed the Templars about the wounded. There is no tablet in sight. I suspect that the Gorgonites took it. Why don't you check those that are lurking around here? coordinates of the next route point are on the tablet. Perhaps the survivors headed there. A battle took place here. There are fragments of destroyed mechanoids here, some of which look quite unusual. You can see some relatively undamaged components as well. If the immortal bodyguard was killed by the Gorgonides, which is probably what happened, then he resurrected next to the closest uplink terminal.
Changes to the objectives of our expedition. He needs capsules from the Gorgonoid Vipers for something, but we can't take samples unless their camp is cleared out. You know what I'm saying?
I don't remember. My head is a little foggy.
That's not surprising. You were under hypnosis.
Hypnosis?
Don't you remember? We were clearing the coast of the Gorgonides, and one of the Vipers took control of you.
Maybe I was. I don't remember anything until the moment I was reborn.
You must be confusing him with someone. There are no mortals here. Well, none that are alive. Defenders of Aelion, just like you. Now, if you will excuse us, we must go. The wounded needs help.
And who sent you? No, I knew it. I knew something would happen. They shouldn't have come here. The bodyguard was useless. I wonder where the Templars had gone off to. Well, thank the gods. Max, he is a good man. He has 2 little daughters. That's odd. Can you describe him? How he moves, his voice? I don't know. Sounds like it was him. I've never seen them. And I would have remembered that woman, trust me. At any rate, thanks for your help. By the way, what's your name? I'll tell Max that he owes you now. See ya.
I know my pointer's helped. If you're interested in working together again, I'd like to look at the component. One will be enough.
I can already see that you have something for me. Place them here. Why only one? All right, you can keep one. You're right. It does look suspicious. Like a mechanoid component, but with some differences. That's strange. Why? Maybe because I've studied the mechanoids all my life and know a thing or two about them? Their configuration never changed. The design of each model matches their functions perfectly. I'd probably make a few alterations myself, but I'm not so crazy that I would start helping these tin cans. This component doesn't belong to any mechanoid model I know of. And I thought I knew all of them. Where did you get it? The mechanoid ships, then. I don't think you're mistaken. It's hard to confuse these cubes. How interesting. I'd love to study it. And I would do it right away, but I'm busy. All right, fine. I'll take a good look at it. And you go on with your investigation. If you find anything else, bring it to me. Immediately.
I want to suggest a deal. One of the components you found in exchange for something that will help your investigation. I'll send you the coordinates of the place. Send your adepts.
You know, it would be nice to find some information about our friend. It's not that I believe he's actually a nut, but I would just like to be certain.
We were just talking about you. Your feats, of course. Nothing questionable here. I take it you have new orders for us? Some kind of password? A secret sign? How will we recognize each other? Zero? I think I unsubscribe from his blog every month, but I still get newsletters. It's a small world indeed. I felt like someone from a spy movie. As for Zero, we have nothing for you. I contacted a few Alienet security specialists. They had a file on Zero, but there was nothing useful in it. This Zero seems to be some kind of computer genius. He tried to connect to Flavius's laboratory network. He couldn't bypass the security algorithms, but he got very close to it. It forced Flavius to increase security level.
Your people were spying on me in the Alienet. You thought I wouldn't notice? A good thought, but it's a little late for that, I'm afraid. You'll just have to trust me as I have to trust you. Yes, everything went well. I'll hold up my end of the deal like I promised, but later. Unfortunately, I can't do it right now. They found me. My shelter is being watched. If I send the package now, they will intercept it, and we can't let that happen. I hope you'll find a way to get rid of them. Don't let them fool you. You know how the mechanoids abduct people? In groups. Go read about all the ghost towns. The mechanoids we're dealing with are behaving oddly. They abduct small groups of people in remote areas and make sure to cover their tracks. It's not typical of them. You just can't grasp the whole picture. I'd like to know what Asterius thinks about all that. I read his articles in the Alienet. Asterius writes that, like me, he's worried about the Mantides. That's why I don't think he has a hand in this. It's possible he knows more than I do. Asterius is a real expert on the Mantides. Yes, I'll keep my word as soon as I lose those guys shadowing me. And please, try not to mention me in a conversation.
Yesterday, a friend of mine told me that a massive attack against the mecha... already taken a heavy toll.
It is hard to believe. Oh, it's you, my friend. Was I doing it again? Reminiscing aloud? Just don't think about it. There are some habits that are harder to get rid of than the man-tides in those old dungeons. I can see that I am the only one who is worried about it. I have quite a few concerns, but I'd rather not waste your time, so I will try to be brief. Over the past centuries, we have clashed with the man-tides more and more often, and their attacks on us no longer appear to be spontaneous and random, but rather like carefully planned combat operations. I was hoping that Nerion's capitulation would do something to help change the situation, but alas, one is forced to admit that this is all rather suspicious. The Paladins have a saying, "He who has betrayed another once will surely do it again." These are very wise words. I don't understand why Iana disregards them. My, what unusual wisdom for someone who is so young. In that case, you won't refuse me your aid, will you? I would like to find evidence that can confirm my suspicions, or something that will be able to dispel them once and for all. You can allow your adepts to handle part of the work, but I would like it if you could take the time to explore the Landber catacombs personally. That's so. Splendid. It means there's no need for me to warn you about its dangers. I wish you good luck, and I hope that we will be able to ultimately lift the veil of this mystery. Completely different. Houses were smaller, the air traffic was far less dense, and Flavius's laboratory.
Another one of my ingenious creations. A little something to help you out. From Flavius with love, so to speak.
Small world indeed. What is it that brings you here? So I guess that means we're here for the same reason, then. After returning from the Mantide caves, I've spent some time thinking about what happened. I had a conversation with Asterius, but didn't learn anything I didn't already know. He's more interested in the past, and I'd like to make sense of the present so that I may peek into the future. I came here to speak with the archaeologists. These are Asterius's men. They've been here for a while. They have been studying the legacy of the ancient... well, I mean, had been until the Mantides attacked and forced them to abandon their research. What I would like to know is what exactly is luring the Mantides into these desolate halls. Perhaps it is the artifacts belonging to Eli. Remember, we saw several of them in the Mantide caves. They're the same, just in worse condition. These artifacts have the ability to make the Immortals more powerful. If you want to know more about them, then just ask Asterius. He studied them at some point, which is no secret. If you'd like, you can also ask me, and not just about the artifacts. Yes, let us get to work.
There's a cache not far from you. I can tell you its exact coordinates. But why spoil the fun of you blindly searching for it?
It used to be one of the most magnificent temples on Aeon. It still contains the artifacts that infused Eli's followers with incredible power.
small...
There's a cache not far from you. I could tell you its exact coordinates. But why spoil the fun of you blindly searching for it?
It used to be one of the most magnificent temples on Aelion. It still contains the artifacts that infused Eli's followers with incredible power. Used to be much more powerful. They made Eli's allies stronger for a long time, but now the effects only last for a short while. This sphere is part of its protection system. Only those chosen by Eli himself will touch the artifacts. interest in the artifacts. Why? The artifacts are almost completely out of power. Watch out! The protection system has come alive. That can be possible. It shouldn't be active. man-tides found a way to bypass the protection system somehow. I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't just seen it with my own eyes. How did they do that? This artifact emits more energy. Did the man-tide somehow awaken or fix it? The man-tides are what worries me the most. Something has changed in them. Knowledge of Allied artifacts, military tactics. Are they still as disorganized as we thought?
starting to get worried. This week they evacuated my son and his family from their...
What a nightmare. But he was lucky. I lost a friend in that first attack by these monsters. Where are these gods? The mechanoids are already here. No one knows what might happen tomorrow. Greetings. I've already been asked about the new mission. We'll look through the latest reports. The Mantide activity has increased, but that's not all of it. The eyewitnesses swear that without a doubt, a few of the eyewitnesses recognize Nerion's Templars. It's too bad the Immortals didn't get all of them in the Lamber Forest. This vermin has spread throughout the whole Aeolian, and so has their Hersey. Worshipping the Mantides? I just can't wrap my head about it.
Oh, really?
Take a look who's here.
Oh, greetings. It's good to see you. Alas, I must depart. We have talked for quite some time.
Young immortals must be completely lost without their wise advisor. I can understand that. Well, go then. I won't keep you any longer.
Farewell.
Yes. Let's add up some of the facts. We have learned that the Mantides found a way to use the artifacts of allies. Yes, I am in agreement. The Mantides could not have possibly done it by themselves. But it does make you wonder, who in the world could have helped them? Yes, I had that exact thought as well. It's possible Nerion could have taught them. However, there's just one little thing. Nerion is not clever enough to make sense of this technology all on his own. Even I, with my vast knowledge of the theoretical, have no idea how to put them into practice here. So that must mean that it's something else. Let's look at what else we know. The Immortals cleared the Landver catacombs of the Mantides, but that was hundreds of years ago. And now they are back once again. But how did they even get there? And furthermore, in such great numbers? I am in possession of some ancient geologic maps that show evidence of a system of tunnels connecting the Landver catacombs and these huge underground galleries. There could be millions of Mantides hiding in there. I agree, we should not do that. I will come up with a method to verify this theory. And while I am busy with that, you are welcome to follow another lead. I want you to go to Fort Krieg and talk to a prisoner who is there. He is the former commander of Nerion's Templars. You can call it intuition. While Liana may trust Nerion, I myself have an uneasy feeling about him. I would ask him directly, but Iana sent him on some important mission, so Nerion won't be back in the capital for quite some time. His name is Liberius. Please come and find me once you get back from your trip. Perfect memory.
Another one of my ingenious creations. A little something to help you out. From Flavius with love, so to speak.
Alert! These kelp summon reinforcements!
Let's make things clear. I don't need any trouble. I'm just standing here waiting until it's over. Ha! Should I? They take whoever wants to go, but I'll pass. I have half a year left. I don't want it to become perpetual. Not quite. But I've had enough of this place.
There's a cache not far from you. I can tell you its exact coordinates. But why spoil the fun if you're blindly searching for it?
pockets, you imbecile. We need the money when we get out.
Don't touch me, I'm wounded. Considering the circumstances, yes. This bastard broke my rib and then tried to burn me alive. If I didn't have a shank with me. About one of these crazy freaks? Fire worshippers? These psychopaths could give the cultists of Thanatos a run for their money. More than I wanted to. I was in the sect for some time. Professional curiosity. I'm a former special correspondent. When I realized what was going on, I tried to leave quietly, but they took it to heart. Declared me a heretic and traitor and tried to burn me. Not a good day to be me, I know. Yes, the riot won't sort itself out. Good luck. Don't touch... A bunch of psychopaths. They have their own ally. The fire worship. Damn it! Keep looking. He must still be around somewhere.
Watch out! Behind you!
It's been a while since I saw something like that. I was in the front back then. This thing caused a lot of trouble. Thanks to you, the problem is solved, so accept my gratitude. Liberius is right in front of you. You know I fought for him, right? That's why they locked me up, declared me a traitor, ripped my shoulder straps off, took my medals that I'd earned with blood and sweat. And you know what? When I'm out, I'll draw my sword for Nerion again. Because I believe in him. Nerion has a plan to protect Aelion. He will destroy everyone who will try to stop him, even if it's the people of Aelion. Aeon? He's not afraid of her. Nerion won't stop halfway through. He won't leave Aelion to the mercy of fate. If you don't believe me, head for the Avestan Tower. You'll see everything with your eyes.
It's a prototype. We are going to see if there are any side effects.
Started to lay eggs in our village. If we do not destroy the eggs, there will be too many of them.
Greetings, Defender. We didn't expect to see you here. What should we do? Help them? Our orders don't say anything about that, so we're just watching. There are 3 things you can watch forever: the fire burning, the water flowing, and others working. The Man-Tides are doing all the dirty work. We're just here to observe and make sure everything goes according to plan. Their workers aren't that bright. Who do you think? Iana? We now serve Nerion, the future great god and ruler of Aelion. Which is what exactly? I'll tell you. He's saving Aelion from destruction. Do you think the humanity stands a chance? Oh, really? We're just Captain Icarus. Come in. Roger. Soldiers, we have an order. Kill the intruder. For Nerion. Don't spare anyone.
late. I wanted to help, so I got here, fast as I could. Please accept my sincerest apologies. Did Herita not teach you to look with your heart? Your prejudice, it has wounded me. No need for you to bother. I'll just report it myself. You can do that as well. Make sure to be safe, okay? Are you really under the impression that I control every single Mantide and Templar on Aelion? Is that what you think? I do what I can, working my tail off to help Iana. And this is what I get in return? But enough joking. For I have no affiliation with these people. They wear my Templar's uniform, that's true. But who are they really? The dead are good at keeping secrets. Not all of my people accepted the fact that I surrendered. There are even some who say that my mind is being controlled by Iana. I came here just to convince these poor bastards. I wanted to urge them to accept my new path as their own. But I see that you have taken care of everything already. Well, that's fine by me. And on that note, I shall leave. Attention! Can you believe these idiots?
Your own affairs no longer matter.
I don't think I could agree with you anymore. We spoke about Nerion. I expressed all of my concerns to Iana, and believe it or not, I must admit, I think I was wrong about him. Iana managed to convince him. She said Nerion is as devoted to Aelion as you or me. The Templars loyal to Nerion laid down their arms. I believe those who ravaged the village had joined the Mantides. It's no wonder to me that they did something like that. These people committed treason twice. First they betrayed Aelion, and then their very own god, even though their god was mistaken. I don't think it's possible. Iana keeps a watchful eye on him. Her people are monitoring his every step at all hours of the day. If he even tried to contact anyone, I am sure Iana would know about it immediately. Well, at any rate, Nerion is not our main problem. Our problem, if you still remember, is the threat we're facing posed by the Mantides. So I request that you focus on that. If Nerion is guilty of something nefarious, he'll give himself away one way or another.
I finally lost my tail and can keep my end of the bargain. Contact me as soon as possible. Like I promised, information that will help your investigation. A few hours ago, our enemy attacked a town and abducted several people. There's a first time for everything, have no doubt. It was them. As far as I know, the attackers met unexpected resistance from the locals, and someone got killed. I'll send you the coordinates. It's on the Don Plateau. You have a chapel there. Better keep a low profile. I warned you about the Brainwash Society, didn't I? Send your adepts, or better yet, ask the local followers to do it. They'll get to the place and search for evidence much sooner. Very well, I'll be waiting for the results. Stay in touch.
How can your followers serve you? I'll organize the search right away. I asked your local followers for help. They searched through the town, but I think we have what you need. This is a mechanoid memory block and a few other unusual looking components. Our engineers failed to determine what models they came from. And they know they're mechanoids. That I guarantee.
They are the ideal
Sometimes I think...
Ah, you're right on time. I'd say any other day, but not today. It's nothing. It's just Iana keeps loading me with work, and I'm starting to feel like her errand boy. Believe it or not, I haven't even touched my research for an entire week. Thank you, but that is not going to help. Who cares? To business. You want to learn more about those unusual components? Alas, I've had no time to study them. An Oculot's memory block. Wonderful, just wonderful. You were extremely lucky. Let me plug it in, and we'll see everything it has seen with our own eyes. Yes, it's broken. Nothing is ever simple when you're around. The fix is easy, but... Another message from Iana? What have I done to deserve this? When I learn to clone myself and have dozens of Flavi at my disposal, the 32nd or 35th Flavius will definitely help you. But seriously, it really shouldn't be that hard. Tiberius will help you get it done. I'll give him the block. And Tiberius should be wandering about somewhere around here. He'll contact you. Iana's going to drive me crazy. Gotta go.
Hey, Flavius told me you needed help, but, well, I'm at the Terran power station. Alive for now. For now are the key words. friend in trouble, we're friends, right? I'm fine with you just being a distant acquaintance, as long as you help me.
It's a prototype. We are going to see if there are any side effects.
Warning, core health 75%. Warning, core health 50%.
I'm so happy to see you. I wish I could say it's Flavius again, and that I warned him it'd be a combat mission, but no. This time, unfortunately, it's completely and absolutely my fault. Nothing like that. I came here to gather some data for my paper. I've been working on it for quite a while and have put so much effort into it, but it's worth it in the end. Well, it's a thesis. I showed some of it to Flavius, and he approved it. Can you imagine that? Didn't even criticize it much. I was so shocked and overjoyed. I rushed here and forgot about my work. I barely had time to set it up when there were explosions and screaming. Say that again. Maybe I'm cursed. Maybe I managed to step on some witch's toes back at the research center. I'm not complaining. Well, as long as I'm alive. Oh, I almost forgot. I can't relax. The reactor may blow up any minute now, and then it's over. Well, not for you maybe, but it is for me. It's stable for now, but if we don't protect the cores... Listen, would you take care of that? This conversation can wait, but I'm afraid the reactor can't.
right, but you're a different matter. A bunch of Gorgonites is nothing to you.
We did it! I mean, you did it. But I was supporting you the whole time. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for both my thesis and the Terran power station. So what did you need me for? Decode, you say? Just how damaged is it? Well, it doesn't matter. If retrieving the data wasn't possible, Flavius would have said so. So I guess the extent of damage will only affect the time I'm going to spend on it. Decoding mechanoid memory blocks is a long, agonizing process. Just imagine this. You need to climb to the top of a very long ladder. You're climbing for an hour, 2, 3, so long you've stopped counting. You're climbing with all your strength, but then you fall flat on your face and on the steps in front of you...
Alright, so we need a special Rotharius that's in working condition. Don't send your adepts. It's too dangerous. They won't be able to do it. You'll have to capture it yourself.
Science and technology. Gods live among us.
Well, they don't. Simple mortals can enter the gods' residences only on special occasions.
Greetings. Tiberius sent me. He told me to give you this control device, and also send you the coordinates of a place where you can find a suitable Rotharius.
Another one of my ingenious creations. A little something to help you out. From Flavius with love, so to speak.
Factory, the mechanoids capture another. Did you know that all Templar machinery is created by using mechanoid combat units? Aren't able to take control over the vehicles in battle. They have to reprogram them during the production stage. And with this device of Flavius's, we can capture a mechanoid in the middle of a fight. So, in some respects, we are ahead of them.
weapon assembly department is locked, but there is a backup terminal that can be used to open it.
By the way, what do you think of my assistants? I'm an academic advisor, so I have a whole department under my command. What do you think about that? Our precious. Hit it until you damage it enough, then come closer and use the control device.
Remember, don't kill the Refiarius. Just damage it. Then come closer. If you are brave enough, of course, and use the control device.
Come in. Did it work? Perfect. Now bring it to the Divine Observatory, and my assistants will take care of the rest.
The door is unlocked. You can continue the cleanup, but the mechanoids have called in reinforcements.
I sent my technicians to you. Don't worry, it's not their first day on the job. They know what to do. You'll find...
Greetings. Tiberius sent us. Is that... Place the control device here. Ha! It's a prototype. When Flavius finishes it, it's going to be a sensation. Too bad it won't happen anytime soon. We'll get it to the lab. It will...
Greetings. We are ready for work. Obtain, meaning catch a mechanoid and take it apart? On condition that we have fire support. I'm sure the Mechanoid Hunter Society will be happy to lend a hand. And here I thought the mechanoids were the main threat. They have... Fortunately, no. There were no casualties. A few people suffered minor injuries. Doctors say they're going to be fine. Of course. I'll let them know. As for the components, we got everything you had listed, and more than one of some items.
Hello, I've got some things to take care of, but you go on ahead to the lab. I've sent you the address. It's in a remote location, but it's safer this way. I'll be back soon. By the way, I've come up with an answering machine message. If you hear this message...
My sensors indicate that the laboratory is empty. Your friend Tiberius is absent, so meet your new friend, Disappointment. A table with tools. It looks like they were all invented by Tiberius. Admirable. It's too bad a screwdriver can replace most of them. This is Tiberius's computer. He's been working diligently on his thesis. Not a single entertaining program. The Alienet browser history contains only scientific links. Two expired music show tickets, bought in the name of Aurora. Perhaps there's something we don't know about Tiberius. I detect electromagnetic radiation. Look under the papers on the table. Tiberius's communicator. He's very punctilious. Your friend, isn't he? There's a message about a meeting. If you hurry, you can make it to it as well. It looks like your friend has got into trouble.
Who the hell
Again.
are you?
Rare luck indeed.
Defenders of Aelion. Go on, take them. It's part of my friendly assistance program.
It looks like a well-planned operation, and the thugs look like ordinary mercenaries. Our evildoer must have hired them. You have found what you are looking for. All that's left is to save your friend from the abductors.
I remember you. We've met before, am I right? On the Red Coast, next to the uplink terminal. You had this look on your face, Don't get your shorts in a knot. We'll let you go soon. But first, we'll need to wipe your memory. You know too much, but don't worry, it won't hurt. I could tell you, but I won't. A woman must have some mystery to her after all, and you will forget it anyway, so why bother? Let's not waste words. We have your friend, there are many of us, and we aren't just some mortals. Don't you see? You're not in a position to threaten us. It's always the same. Heroism, valor. It's like you've already been brainwashed. Get them! And try not to kill them. We don't have time to chase runaways.
Brainwash you too. You'll forget your mother's name. Help me. Oh, everything is spinning around. Wait, give me a minute. I'll be all right. I feel like I've been in a centrifuge. Hopefully there will be no consequences. Ask me something difficult. I'm not good at botany or biology. I need to study the natural habitat of the moa. Place it over the map.
What's wrong with my laboratory? Greetings! What? You didn't think you'd see me outside the research center?
Guess what? I told Flavius about the attack and he came here right away.
Tiberius, please look at me. How are you feeling?
I'm okay.
Refresh my memory, Tiberius. Why did I send you to the Malign Caves again?
So that I could die young. Same as usual.
His sarcasm level is the same at least. Well then, why don't you show us what you have decrypted? Doesn't it remind you of anything? Alas, I am afraid that the old story with the White Room has surfaced again. It's strange that you do not remember that. Asterius is the one who tells stories, but I am going to make an exception and tell you this one. Someone brought equipment that was infected with a virus into my lab. Well, okay, it was actually me. We all make mistakes from time to time. Through this virus, the mechanoids gained control of the training hall, and several immortals were compromised. They became crazier than Cryos, hailed the great computer, and did all sorts of nonsensical things. Nonsensical and hazardous, too. They pretty much destroyed my lab. My stunning quick wits found a solution in no time. No one else could have done it faster, and besides, I'd rather no one knew about it. It appears our mysterious enemies are using a similar kind of technology. Long story short, they tried to brainwash Tiberius. That's why I came here. I wanted to scan him covertly. Mortals don't need much after all. How long did you say he's been like this? I suppose it doesn't matter, because regardless of that, I must examine him to make sure there are no side effects. But hey, what's he doing there? What's going on? All the Rethiarius systems are active. He's producing defensive oculots. Distract them while I try to make sense of this. How? Kill them! That should distract them. Hang on. I'll disable them soon. Let's go and hear what he has to say. I'm dying to find out. Well, I'm still listening to you.
Why?
And he would have, if I hadn't interfered.
What? I don't believe this. I don't know what came over me. I swear, I don't remember that. There's a gap in my memory.
It looks like your adventure wasn't without consequences.
Oh gods, this is wrong. Flavius, you need to examine me.
It's all right, Tiberius. Let's go. Soon you'll be able to get back to my work. Yes, I remember. I'll get on that now. You keep an eye on Tiberius. Make sure he doesn't do anything crazy. Okay? Let's see what Tiberius has discovered, shall we? Well. Oh, there's data from the optical sensors. Loading the image.
Run away!
I'll hold them off until the Immortals get here.
I hope.
What the?
Did you see what I saw?
What's that? A human mechanoid hybrid? Unbelievable. Completely unbelievable. I didn't think it was possible.
This is horrible. Who could have done this? I'm going to be sick.
I wonder how they did it. I'd like to crack the cranium to see if their brain is organic or not. And what about the personality? Is it retained? That's unlikely. They're probably controlled by a program, but what makes them superior to their normal counterparts? I mean, organics are less durable than metal after all.
These creatures, were they made of humans?
At any rate, it's a completely new technology that I haven't seen before, and I'm going to figure out what's what, especially since I am the only god who can do it. Not without your help, of course. Travel, fall in love, find the meaning of life, and explore new horizons. I will contact you when I have finished all of the preparations necessary. Bye now.
We need to talk.